Hi, this is Mark News from Plant Talk Radio. Thanks for subscribing and listening to our podcast, Your Gardening Questions from Plant Talk Radio. If you have a gardening question you'd like our host Fred Howard to answer, send him an email. The email address is fred@planttalkradio.com. Now for today's question. Matthew sent us an email, and he says, I have a hedge of boxwood about 20 feet long in front of the house. There were two big dead spots that I cut out. Do you think that any new growth will fill those areas in, or do I have to put in some new plants and wait for them to grow?
Well, it's a matter of area. Now, let me try to explain what that means. A branch broken off down inside by whatever could have all of the end points that are the growth that he had to cut out. If it's just one stem, and let's just say it's not covering much more, not at all more than a volleyball in diameter, the odds are in the third year that'll have covered over with new growth from the sides. If it's any bigger than that, then the odds aren't good on it recovering even within that 3-year period. Boxwood has the ability to handle a lot of situations, and breakage from winter, icing, from whatever, is not an uncommon thing because they're a fairly rigid, structured little plant that can break. Now, I've had I mentioned earlier in the program that I'm trying to get smarter than some of the critters that habit my yard. I think it was either a big possum or raccoon that got into one of my boxwoods that I had allowed to grow into a fairly, loose character and so on out back. I think they bedded down in there for longer than I realized, and they broke off a stem. When that came out, it was bigger than the size of a basketball. That's been several years ago, and that you can't even find. Well, if it was a pruned hedge, you could still tell. But it's a kind of a loose growing plant, it has filled that in quite rapidly over the course of the last 3 years. So, again, consider there is a possibility of a boxwood disease. It's only a rare and small possibility, but think in terms of checking. I would just simply fertilize the plants and go on that, call it the size of the volleyball area of size. If it's no bigger than that, it'll probably regrow quite nicely. Period. I think that's the best way to end it. They're pretty resilient, and they will recover from a lot of breakage and et cetera.
Hey, thanks again for listening to our podcast. Be sure to subscribe to our other podcasts as well, the Plant of the Week podcast and the Plant Talk Radio podcast, all on iTunes or your favorite podcast player. If you'd like to sponsor a daily podcast, contact us at fred@planttalkradio.com. To find out more about Fred Howard and Plant Talk Radio, visit our website, planttalkradio.com.
We've had a lot of questions about how we started the Dollar Saving Divas and why we do this.
I know. Well, I'm Kelly.
And I'm Leslie.
And we are the Dollar Saving Divas, but we do more than just
Dollar saving tips. But we started talking about this. It was
15 years ago when we used to work together.
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember we started it because we both like the same kind of food.
Yeah.
So we would go in search of
it was lunch every day.
Lunch every day.
Let's find the best chili.
Let's find the best crab cake. Remember, we would just go place to place,
and we would compare, and it was our fun little lunch break every day.
It was a joke that we said, we ought to do this sometime for like a radio show.
And we both had young kids, and so we were trying to find ways to even cut costs and still provide all those things that you want to provide for your family. And live within your budget.
And I used to do a lot of events and marketing, so we've done everything from tricks and tips on, party planning and how to decorate a table to different foods. I mean, we've traveled around the community to lots of different
we discovered some things in the community that, we didn't know were there. We thought, well, gosh, other people should know.
Exactly. Shopping, great shopping places. We even took a vacation to Naples, Florida, which I think we should do more of that traveling,
absolutely.
Actually.
Yeah, we should do more
I think some international would be good.
But I think it's a lot of our life experiences A lot of life. It's a lot of
life experiences. We're not going to say how many combined, but
sharing that with other people.
Yeah, I don't want to say we could, together it would be like.
No, we're not going to say that.
Okay, I'm not even going to go there. I think it's really funny when we're now actually going and looking for sponsors. I mean, people are actually following us, and they're,
I know.
It's amazing. We've got, it's like.
People do want to hear what we have to say.
And actually, I've heard some people even take notes. They have to replay it because, like I want to know where that really good happy hour is, and
well, everybody wants to know where a really good happy hour is.
And we're really good because we know where all the good happy hours are. Just ask us any place you live.
All those years of work, you need to know a good lunch spot and a good happy hour spot,
and never the two shall meet because you shouldn't be drinking at lunch. But it's just been really fun, and I think we're really expanding the things we're doing, which is I never thought that people would actually listen to us.
Well, I think that's the fun part is we are doing what's fun to us.
Exactly. So it's not like it's work.
Right. We're just having a good time and talking about it.
And maybe we shouldn't be talking about some of the good times that we have.
Well, right. Probably a little censorship would be good.
Well, I think we go bleep, bleep in between things.
That's why these podcasts are really 20 minutes, but we edit them down to 8.
Yes, because
there's so many things that should go in there.
Yes, bleep, bleep. It's like that. What is it? What do they do on the on TV? It's like the lag time or the.
Yeah, exactly. We have to have a 10-second delay.
That's it, the 10-second delay. But we've really had fun, and so I hope people continue to listen to us.
Yeah.
And if people have things that they thought would make a good podcast, they really ought to, contact us.
Let us know, because we're always open to new adventures.
Yeah, particularly if they include travel, food, and
alcohol. And we're down.
We're good to go.
Circle270media.com